I'm well. I'm well. So you want me to be the recipient of your call, Liz? Is that where we're doing it?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Alrighty. Ring, ring.
Hello, this is Brent.
Hey, Brent. Good morning. This is Elizabeth Diaz with eXp Realty. How are you today?
Who is it?
Elizabeth. My name is Elizabeth with eXp Realty.
Have we ever met?
I'm sorry?
Have we ever met?
No, we've never met, but I do follow you on social media. So I did want to give a call, reach out, introduce myself, and I'm a huge fan. I see all of the big things that you're doing.
Wow. All right. Well, man.
Congratulations, because this market is tough.
It is. Yeah, it is. It's a tough market for sure. Where are you out of, Liz?
I am out of New Jersey.
Oh man, I lived in New Jersey, so that's the market that was crazy hot when I left there, but in a more of an exit than an incoming.
Yeah, it's really rough here. It's like you got to work 5 times as hard as I did maybe 3 years ago.
Wow. Wow. Well, I haven't even been in it that long, so I don't have any 3 years to compare, but what can I do for you, Liz?
All right. Well, from what I see, you're doing pretty well. So the purpose of my call is I think you would be an amazing candidate for our Icon program. Have you heard about it?
No, I haven't.
No? All right. Well, let me tell you really quick, and I won't take too much of your time, but the Icon program award gives you the opportunity to earn the highest commission structure in the entire industry. And the benefit of it being an Icon agent is that, the agents that have been in this program in the last 5 years now have 1.2 million in company stock. Is that something that would be valuable to you?
No way. Company stock. You know what? I've been with Remax for a few years, but I don't have any stock in that company. Does the EXP actually give you stock?
Yeah, they'll give you stock being part of the Icon agent. And even better than that, the agents that have individually contributed 5% from their commissions in the last 5 years now have 5.4 million in company stock. Now, is that something that your current brokerage offers?
I have never heard of that in my brokerage, never. But that's amazing. $5 million. So what's the 5%? The 5% of what?
So the 5% you would contribute through your commissions that you've received from your closings.
Okay. Now, if I want to do more than 5, can I buy more than 5%?
Absolutely.
Wow, that's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. So when you buy it, you get a 10% discount being an EXP member.
Okay. That's a great deal. I was not aware of that, and my company does not have that.
Yeah, no, I understand. So is this sound like something maybe you would be interested in learning more?
I would certainly be interested in knowing more about that, Liz.
Okay, great. So what I would like to do is I would like to send you a 9-minute video that you can look at really quick. And then I would love to set up a Zoom meeting. It will take about 15 minutes. I can show you a little bit more about this because it's more of a show than for me to tell you over the phone so that you can get a better understanding of it. And I would really love your opinion on this.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd be happy to watch a video.
Okay, great. So I'll send you the 9-minute video now if you can check it out. And then how's tomorrow afternoon?
What time are you thinking?
I was thinking maybe
I'm
1
booked
o'clock.
up until, okay. Well, yeah, I can make that work.
You can make that work?
Yeah.
Amazing. All right. We really look forward to showing you this and your feedback.
Now, when you say is there going to be someone else with you when you come on?
I am going to have one of my business partners on the phone as well to explain everything and answer all of your questions.
Oh, well, that is okay. Why are you going to bring somebody else into it?
That's a good question. I don't know how to answer that.
Because I don't know what the heck I'm supposed
No,
to
it's a good question though.
No, I get it. So I don't, I'll go
Trying to think
ahead.
of what would be a good response to that.
Yeah, that was a great question because you'll get
I
that.
know it is a good question because I'm like, damn, he got me when I said we. I'm like, you're right, I did say we.
Yeah. All you have to say is that the person who I'm going to invite to the call is someone that I would love for you to meet because I
Okay.
think you two have a lot in common. They are my senior partner at the company. They've been here longer than I have, and it's always good to get a different perspective than just one person's. So I would love for you to also speak with them, and then once you have the information, obviously you make up your mind. If it's a good fit for you, great. If not, then maybe in the future we could work together, something like that.
Okay.
Try it again.
Oh Lord. All right, Brett. So the reason I'll be having somebody else on the call is because I think I would really love for you to meet this person. It's a business partner of mine, and he's been with EXP longer. So I feel like you guys would have more in common and a different perspective. Different perspective.
Then just mine. That's it. You don't have to.
Oh, a
super
different
explain.
perspective than mine to just answer any questions. And if this is a good fit for you, great. And if not, maybe we can do some business in the future. How's that sound, Brett? Brett.
You're muted, Brent.
Yeah, I've got about 4 or 5 deals with my company right now. So if it's going to be a high pressure thing, I don't want to waste your time, but I'm not really ready to make a move. But if this guy can help me understand the concept, then that's fine. I
Yeah.
just wanted to know I'm probably not ready to make a move real quick.
Absolutely. And we're not trying to bring you on this call to have you make a move immediately or anything like that. So our purpose is just to give you information so that you have the information for a plan B. And then once you feel like, your company is not bringing you any value, then you can revisit this model.
Yeah, that sounds great, Liz. That's fine. I like that.
All right. So I'm going to send you the video now, and I'll send you the Zoom link for tomorrow. And we look forward to meeting with you and talking to you.
Yeah, and send me your link too, because I want to follow you and see where you're at and what you're up to.
Absolutely.
Great. Beautiful. Thanks a lot for the call, Liz.
You're very welcome. Have a great day.
All righty. You too. Good job, Liz. Good job.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, Liz.
Yeah,
that was really good.
Sounded very natural for me. Sounded very natural.
Okay. I know my I say a lot. I know when I'm talking because I feel like it pauses my mind to think about, what is the next thing I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you need a filler, then just repeat what they just said.
Right.
That'll give you some time. The
Okay.
other things you can, and then another thing you do, you can just say like, "Oh, okay, I understand." Something like that. Like the people feel like you're absorbing their information, but you're not using filler words. That takes practice. So I mean, it's not like you're not going to get rid of a speech habit over one convo, but be conscious of it. Now you're going to be more conscious of it, and then you're going to improve on it for sure. What did you think, Harry? How do you think Liz did?
She did okay. She talked a little too much.
Okay. I like your intro. Your intro was really good. Towards the end, you were a little insecure of what you wanted to say, but you redeemed yourself pretty good once you picked up the dialogue. And the only thing I would say is I think at the end you said something. Oh, at the end, I believe when you were saying you get a different perspective than just mine, and then he went back and said something like, "Oh, I see. Is this a high pressure thing?" I think what you should have said in that case would be like, because the high pressure thing is a valid, concern for people, especially if they're like, "Oh, I have another call with you." You would say something like I would say. I mean, you can say whatever you want. You come up with what your rebuttal for that would be. My rebuttal would be something like, Brent, I want you to understand something. When you see the model that EXP has created for real estate, we don't have to pressure anyone. The model does all the work. We have agents who have walked away from $800,000 sign-on bonuses and I've worked with EXP instead. So when you see this, Brent, I understand, you might think it's something that we're going to try to nail you to. But when you see this, you're probably not going to be able to sleep afterwards. I'm just letting you know. All right. So you leave them with that, leave them with the curiosity. Like, listen, we have no pressure tactics at all. We just present the information. The rest is up to you.
Okay.
You don't have to say all those things I just said, but come up
Yeah.
with what your thing would be like. Brent, the model sells itself. We don't have to do any heavy lifting. We just present the info and the rest is up to you. All right.
Okay.
Just like a Tesla, they don't have to market. They don't give special bonuses or coupons.
Yeah.
Apple Computers doesn't give you a discount on their computers. They don't have to. It's because it's the best.
Good point.
All right. Yeah.
Point.
All right. Cool. All right. So now, Brett, let's give it a roll, buddy. Why don't you try calling Elizabeth and see if you can work through some. Give Elizabeth some of the rebuttals you've been getting, Brent, so that way she can throw those at you and you can practice them. I think you've got one where maybe someone has a contract with their company, or another one where how many deals have you done? I think you have a little bit of a hiccup on those two things.
Okay. Yep.
All right.
So
Let's try those.
I'm going to
two,
be.
right.
I'm the recipient of the caller.
No, you're going to be calling. She's going to throw those at you.
I'm going to be calling.
Yeah, she's
okay,
going to.
and I'm calling.
You're calling
calling
Liz, and she's going to
Elizabeth.
throw those at you. Yeah.
Okay. Very good.
Yeah. So Liz, you're going to try, because since he's a new agent, he's a little insecure. If someone asks him how many deals has he done, he's a little worried about that. So if you could use that, and then you could also use, Brent, I have a contract here at my company. I signed on for 3 years. I'm in year 1. I don't think I'm going to be going anywhere. Okay. All right. Give her a call, Brent.
Ring, ring.
Hello. Good morning. This is Liz.
Hi, Liz. This is Brent Haggerty with EXP. I follow you on Instagram, and I am thoroughly impressed with the way you knock it dead in the real estate industry. Just awesome.
Thank you very much. It's been rough.
How long have you been licensed?
I've probably been licensed for the last 3 years.
Dude, I can't believe Instagram. You're really, really good.
Thanks.
So my reason for calling today, Liz, was to ask you if you've ever heard of the EXP Icon program. You would certainly qualify to be a drop dead rock star in what's the most exciting thing that EXP has to offer. Have you ever heard of the EXP Icon program?
I haven't heard of the EXP Icon program, but I have heard of EXP. And I do get calls from agents, all the time.
What if I give me through on EXP to you, Liz?
I'm sorry, you were a little bit.
When you think of EXP, what do you think of? What 3 words?
When I think of EXP and I get calls all the time, I just feel like, they're just like always trying to call me and recruit me.
Yep. Well, those are the most common things that I hear when I mention or somebody sees my badge. My 3 words I often hear is they're pushing. They got 8 commission months, and they're all about me. I tell you that if you've heard some of those things, to me.
Brent, you are completely gone.
I can't hear because it's like really breaking up.
Yeah, you're in a terrible area, buddy. You must be in the middle of Central Florida somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
You know where I am right now? Can you hear me now?
You're still very bad. You're probably like in Ocala or something, right?
Oh, I'll tell you where I am. Tell me. Stop. Can you hear me now?
No, it's bad. Yeah. Sorry, brother.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
can't go.
yeah. Sorry, man. I'm gonna have to try to circle you back in maybe in a few minutes when you're in a better zone. But Liz, why don't you continue the dialogue that you were just gonna give Brent so he can listen in, and I'll be the agent that's calling. Okay, so at least he can hear in. All right.
Okay.
So ring.
Hi, good morning. This is Liz.
Hi, Liz.
Yes.
Hey, how you doing? This is Louis Leva. How are
Oh,
you?
good. How are you?
Good. I'm not sure if you know who I am. I actually follow you on social media. I've seen a few of the things you've been doing recently, and I decided, you know what? I'm just gonna take a risk, give you a call, and look, it's my lucky day. I got you on the phone.
Yeah, how you doing?
Good, and congratulations on the wedding. I saw you just eloped. You know, it must be a very, very lucky man.
Yes, thank you.
No worries. Elizabeth, the reason why I'm calling you, other than telling you that I'm a big fan of what you're doing, my position at my brokerage entitles me to give people like you a call who I consider to be the rock stars of the industry. And what we have is a special program for individuals such as yourself that will allow you to become our partner and owner of our brokerage and also collect up to 200% or even in some occasions more than 200% commission. Is that something that you'd be possibly interested in learning more about?
It sounds really interesting. I've been with my company for a few years now, and I have a signed contract where I have to stay with them for the next 3 years. So
Okay.
I'm not interested in making any changes now.
Oh yeah, no, I totally respect that. Believe me, I know. And the majority of the agents I talk to are usually very happy where they are, and they're not looking to make any moves either. The only thing I wanted to do today or accomplish today was to be able to show you the information that one that you could utilize if you needed to. So for instance, in 3 years when your contract is over, or God forbid, maybe your broker closes down the office one day because of unforeseen events, at least you have a plan B. Do you have a plan B currently right now?
No.
Okay. Well, would you allow me to present to you a possible plan B?
Sure.
Okay. Well, Liz, before I do, can I learn a little bit more about you? Because on social media, obviously, we learn about all the great things. But are there any things in your life that are currently frustrating you with your business?
Um, mm, Trying to think.
How about recruiters calling you all the time?
Yeah, definitely. Recruiters calling me all the
That's
time.
pretty frustrating, right?
Yeah, and I would probably say the technology in my office
Mm-hmm.
is a little
Okay,
outdated.
technology. Now, do you consider yourself to be a tech savvy person and you're frustrated with not being able to learn how to use them, or are you frustrated in the fact that your company doesn't offer the technology you think you need?
I think it's just the technology that we need.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So if you had better technology, you think you'd be able to utilize it and grow your business even more?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Now, do you have a goal for this year, Elizabeth? How many transactions do you feel like you should be accomplishing this year with you and your team?
I think that I just like to either match, I would be happy if I can just match what I did last year or exceed that number.
Yeah. Okay. How many transactions is that, if you don't mind me
Uh,
asking?
so, last year I did about 50.
50? 50?
Yeah. Yes.
Wow. Wow, Liz, that's no joke. How long have you been in the business?
I've been in the business for 3 years now.
Okay. You do realize that doing 50 transactions a year puts you in the top 3% of all real estate agents nationally? Anyone ever told you that?
No.
Okay, well, that's no small feat. I just want to give you kudos for that because that is amazing. Most of the agents I talk to, they do 12, 15, 20. If you have a large team, maybe they do 40, but 50 transactions was a big congratulations on that. So,
Thank
well, the reason I asked you that, I'm sorry, Liz, the reason I asked you that and your production levels is because a person such as yourself could actually earn all of the money that they pay into the company, and that's called the cap. So I'm not sure in your company if you have a cap. In our company, our cap is 16,000. If you were to earn, or if you were to do that many transactions, or even half of that volume, you would earn what's called the Icon Award. That would reward you in the form of company stock. You would get the entire 16,000 you paid in back in the company stock. But the funny thing about stock is it usually doesn't stay still. So in the last 5 years, our agents who have produced half as much as you are sitting on about $1.2 million in company stock alone, aside from the income they generate. What do you think about that?
Yeah, it sounds really good.
Is that something you think you'd consider as a plan B?
Possibly.
Cool. All right, good. I know that money sometimes is a motivator for people, but let me go one step further and tell you that as far as technology goes, we have the best technology in the industry. And I can say that because we not only have the best CRMs, the best transaction management systems, the best backend platform where you can run your entire business, but we also have a thing called the EXP world, where it's a second version of real life. It's called the metaverse. Are you familiar with the term metaverse? I know Facebook,
No.
kind of like made it really famous recently. Okay. Well, what it is it allows you to not have to leave your home to do anything and everything you would ever want to do in real life. So if you wanted to meet with your broker, you wanted to have your laptop repaired, you wanted to have your the accounting department review your last commission check, all of the things you would normally have to go to an office for, spend 30 minutes in traffic, find a parking spot, wait for the person to come back from lunch, like all of these things that usually take us hours can be done in minutes. Does that sound like it would give you more efficiency in your business?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, great, Liz, we have it. We have it all. So as a matter of fact, what I'd love to do with you is if you're not too busy at this moment, would you be able to watch a quick explainer video? Because you know what? I tend to talk too much. You can tell, right? I talk a lot. Yeah, so I'm not gifted with being able to explain things as good as this video is. Would I be able to send you this link real quick so we can watch it together? It's only a few minutes long, and we can kind of get an explanation of what EXP is. And once you see it, if you're still curious, then we'll set up a second opportunity to speak to not only me, but someone that I consider very valuable in my organization who has been at this company longer and has over 1,800 agents in his organization. So if you like it, I'll let you speak to that person and I'll have them explain to you how they were in your position just a few years ago. They're completely out of production and they make way more money today than they ever did before. Does that sound like a plan?
Yeah, that sounds great.
Awesome. All right. So let me send you over this link. Did you get it?
I got it.
Cool. All right. Let's go ahead and hit play on that and I'll sit back here and I'll just wait for you to go through it. Sound good? I've seen it a million times, so I know what they say. So let's hit play and I'll just put myself on mute. All right, go ahead. All right, bang. You're back from watching that video. What'd you think, Liz?
Yeah, no, it sounds really great. I'm definitely very intrigued. And definitely, the company stocks is definitely a bonus to everything because it's kind of something that we don't have at my brokerage at all.
Is that the part that excited you the most?
Yeah, I think so. I wasn't so interested in stock until I kind of checked out.
Okay. Now you mentioned earlier you have a contract, right? Or I think you mentioned you threw something out of your. I don't know if you did or not. Did you say something about a contract at your company?
Contract for the next 3 years. It was a 5-year contract. I have 3 years left on it.
What does that look like? What does it entitle them to if you were to decide to leave?
I would have to. My split right now is like 90-10, and I think that if I were to leave, I would have to pay them back a portion of the commissions because of the bonus that they gave me.
Okay. How does that make you feel, Liz, to be under that contract?
I'm doing well by post those.
I think if it makes me feel locked in,
Mm-hmm. Would you like to find out if we put our heads together how to maybe get you your freedom back?
Sure.
Okay. Now there is the person I spoke to you about earlier who has been at the company longer than I have. They've dealt with situations like this before. I unfortunately have not. This would be my first time encountering someone who's in a contract. So I would hate to misspeak. So why don't we go ahead and set up a call later on today? Do you have some time maybe this afternoon?
Yeah, I'll have some time this afternoon.
Okay. All right. So what I'll do is, how is 1 o'clock, between 1 and 2? I'm gonna try to get them on the phone. It's usually
Okay.
a stretch, for me to get them the same day. But if I do,
Mhm.
it's probably a good sign. So let's go ahead and book it for 1, and I'll give you a call around that time. Okay.
Okay, sounds good.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your time today, Liz.
Okay, thanks.
Bye bye. Have a great day.
Bye. Bye.
Okay. Brent, how do you feel like? Did you hear? How's your audio now?
I did.
Okay, good. How do you feel about the way I handled her situation with the contract?
I thought it was really, really good the way you went with the flow. You didn't try to follow a script.
Yeah. And the most important thing I think I did there was I asked her how she felt about that contract.
Yes, exactly.
Most people don't like that. Most people like it in the beginning because it gives them this like perk. But once it settles in, they're like, "Oh my God, I'm locked in. I'm
Yeah, I think
literally
once
in
like a
jail."
year or two goes in, it's like, ugh.
Exactly. They're disgusted by it, and they can't believe they sold themselves out. Basically, that's what they did. They sold themselves. So the other thing that Liz, you didn't bring up was how many homes have I sold, and that's one of the things that Brent is going to be struggling with because he feels like he hasn't closed any deals yet. He's at a disadvantage. So why don't you role play that with Brent real quick, and now that Brent got his audio back, ask him how many deals has he closed and see what he said in return.
Okay.
Okay.
Is
Brent,
Brent gonna
you're
call
giving
me?
her, Brent, you're giving her a call. So hit her with a ring, and then she's gonna hit you with how many deals have you done? Okay.
Ring, ring.
Hello, good morning. This is Liz.
Hey, Liz. Yeah, sorry, I got cut off on that call there. And it's amazing. I'm in Lakewood Ranch, Liz, the second most sought after place to live in the United States right now. And you believe it that the township is fighting the cell towers going in. So there's the worst reception in the whole area is in the number one. So that's my reason for dropping the call. Sorry about that.
That's all right.
So we were talking about the getting together and watching. I don't even know what the heck we were talking about.
I don't even remember. I think you were kind of just explaining to me a little bit about the company. I have heard about EXP. I do get calls by people all the time trying to basically recruit me. Let me ask you a question. How many deals have you done with EXP?
Liz, I have not closed a single transaction yet. I have things in the pipeline, but when I came to EXP, the thing that amazed me about EXP is that it's not just about me selling, it's about me helping other people. And my reason for calling you today was when I understood the EXP model, I believe that I don't have to be a great producer to help other people who are great producers. And so my reason for calling you when I was following you on Instagram was for a lady like yourself to be knocking it dead like you are. My legitimate question is, I wonder if she knows what I know about that model, because as a person that's selling 50 plus homes a year, Liz, do you realize that you could have in stock alone, if you never made a commission dollar on what you sold, you realize that just in the stock that my company would offer you, that you would have about $1.5 million plus your commission on top?
That sounds good.
That's the reason, for me to be a producer, I want to produce, and I'm going to produce in time better than I have been in this crazy market in the last year or so. But Liz, the icon program at EXP is really for people like yourself that are producing. And that's what I'd like to just share with you. There's a video that takes about 9 minutes to watch. It's a model that I think will impress you to the point where it's not about how much I sell, it's about how much you sell and how much you're probably leaving on the table if you don't understand, or if your company's not offering what EXP is. It may be that they are. I'm not an expert Remax where you work, but I tell you, if you could, would you be interested in watching this video with me for 9 minutes, and then we'll see where you want to go with that product.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm with Remax. I feel like that's a really big name, and I don't know how comfortable I would feel going to another brokerage and possibly losing, my clientele because
Yeah,
of
I
the move.
understand that. Move is, moves and changes, never easy. But what about this? Tell me this, Liz. What is your goal? Number one goal. Let's say in the next 5 years, what would you like to accomplish in the next
mean,
5 years at
My-
Remax?
Yeah, so my goal, basically every year is to either match the number of transactions or do better. So I'm always challenging myself every year to exceed the number that I have.
And why is that goal important to you, Liz?
I guess that goal is to just be relevant in the business, kind of keeping my pipeline always full. And, obviously, the money aspect, once I do
Yeah,
50 transactions or more, whatever, you get comfortable to that salary.
exactly. So what would happen if, how would you feel if you didn't reach that goal? Let's say next year you only sold 30 instead of 50. How would that make you feel?
It'll probably be tough.
Exactly. And that's in part why I think this model is something that you'll really like, because Liz, do you realize that you could probably sell 30 homes next year with EXP and make as much or more as when you're making 50
Oh,
with
wow.
that's the part right there that, like, to be honest, Liz, when I heard about this, I said to myself, wait a second. Lewis was the guy who introduced me to it. I said, hey, Lewis, this is like too good to be true. And the way I was raised is, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. So where's the Ponzi scheme in this whole deal? So let me ask you one more question. How much is Remax doing to help you reach that goal of 50 transactions a year? So that you're
I mean, they just have an extensive, marketing. They help me a lot with the marketing.
and if you were the number one seller for Remax for the year, what would they give you?
I get like recognition. I get an award.
How does that help you in your retirement?
Nothing, I guess. Just
Yeah. How about this? This is something that's very important to me in my goals. Liz, by the time I reach 67 years old, I want to be selling no homes, but making $1 million a year. And this
Yeah.
model that I'm introducing, that I'm suggesting that maybe we watch this video, it'll explain to you how you at age 55 with what you're producing could be making $1 million a year if you sold 0 homes. Would that be of interest to you?
Yeah, I'd definitely be interested in checking that out to see how that could be possible.
Well, I'm very sensitive to the fact that you didn't know I was going to call. Maybe that I've taken my time now, but if you have 9 minutes, we can watch it now. If you don't have 9 minutes, I'd be happy to send you a link. You can watch it and I'll call you back in the next day or two. If that works for you, what would you prefer, to watch it now or have me send you the link and call you back
Send
later?
it over. I'm going to get ready to get my kids, pick up my kids from school. And I'll definitely, once I get settled in, I'll check out the video.
No problem. I'll send it to you right now. And would it be inconvenient for me to call you tomorrow sometime? And if so, what time would be the best to call?
Yeah, maybe give me a call this time tomorrow.
You got it, Liz. I appreciate you taking the call. I will send you the link and I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Okay, sounds good.
You bet, Liz. Thanks.
Thank you. Bye.
Hey, Brent.
Yeah.
I've got a couple of things I can help you with
So-
there, but Liz, you go first and tell him what you thought about his call.
I thought it was good. I think I thought it was overall pretty good. I liked some of the rebuttals of, when I say, hey, I do 50 transactions, I want to try to meet that number or do more. He's like, well, what if I told you can do 30 transactions and make more money? Or, that kind of for me sounded interesting, because I'm like, because I know in the back of my mind, I'm always trying to do more because I want more money. But, doing that obviously comes with more work and more headaches. So to hear, hey, what if you did 30? And I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, that kind of clicks in my mind.
Yeah. So Liz, is it more important for you to do more deals or to make more money?
Exactly.
Right? Oh, make more money. Okay. So what if I could show you a way to sell 30 homes and make more than you're making now?
Yeah.
What? You got
So
my
I thought that was really good, because I feel like, I mean, I think in our minds, we're always trying to, at the end of the day, we're always trying to make more money. Or how can we make more money?
Sure.
How can we work smarter and not harder? So I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. Now, any improvements that you think you should make?
Trying to backtrack on the conversation. I think it was too much talking, but there were some really good points,
Yes.
I think that just less talking, more question. Because I think if you make it more about the person on the call, they won't ask so much questions about the person making the call.
Yeah. How do you feel like when he handled I haven't done any transactions?
I thought it was okay. He was basically being honest that he just recently transitioned, so he's trying to fill up his pipeline.
Okay.
I thought it was okay. It wasn't like, it didn't like turn me off. Like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, I gotta get off the phone with this guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like you feel like I'm better than him.
For me, it didn't bother me.
Okay.
It was totally understandable,
And if you were a transaction snob, why would he want to work with you anyway?
Right.
Okay.
But I do think, a lot of the fears of people when they do make a move is like, okay, well, they gotta break contracts, or they're gonna leave deals on the table, or, are their clientele's gonna follow them? You know what I mean? And we all know that it has nothing to do with the brokerage. It has to do with the person.
Yeah, it's just the limiting beliefs.
Yeah, so it's like the stuff that I guess, we tell ourselves is just not real, and it's just asking the right questions and giving them the rebuttal to kind of like bring them to the light,
Yeah.
And that's what he did with that rebuttal when he was like, oh, I do 50 and I want to do more. Well, what if I told you could do 30 and make more money? I was
I really like that.
I liked it a lot. I was like, oh, that would have totally got me.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. Any other improvements you think you could have made? No?
Sorry, I muted. No, other than that, I thought it was pretty good. I really don't have, I thought it was good.
Okay.
Yeah. Overall, it was good.
All right, good. Brent, I think you should have cushioned the question about how many transactions have you done with EXP. Okay. You went right at it. And what I think you should do is let them understand that you actually wanted them to ask that question. So that would sound something like this. Oh, how many transactions have you done, Brent? I am so glad you asked me that question, and then say their name. I am so glad you asked me that question, Elizabeth, because what you just did is you cushioned it, and then you said their name. And when you say their name, they put their guard down, and then you deliver. You're like, I am so glad you asked me that, Elizabeth. The reason why I chose to join EXP Realty is because I come from a background of ministry, and I've always served. And I feel like the reason why I was called to this is because I want to continue changing lives. Now, selling homes is not my main focus, even though I do have my first few transactions. In this market, it's nothing short of a miracle, I know. But my main focus is to continue changing lives, and doing that through offering the opportunity that I was given by my mentor. And I want to share that opportunity with you. So if you can get that down, Brent, that'll be your crusher. That's almost like your put your guard down. I'm okay. I'm down to earth. Because if you go in and tell the guy, I'm at 500,000 transactions a year, the guys maybe may get intimidated. But you want to humanize yourself.
That's a very, very good. I wish I had that. You're recording this, right?
Yeah, it's recorded. It goes up on the YouTube channel just for trading. We have a training YouTube channel.
I was gonna ask you that question. Like, where can I go watch these? So it's just on YouTube.
Yeah. I'll put it in the link. I'll put the YouTube channel in the link. It's called Culture University. So if
Okay.
you're looking for it, just look up Culture University and you'll find it.
That's a great,
Awesome.
that's definitely a line that I need to write out and script like I'm doing a Sunday sermon.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I figured would be very helpful for me, is to just write some of these things out, kind of like a formal script, and then kind of maybe do like different scripts for different rebuttals, right? Obviously, they're not
Yeah.
always going to be exactly the same, but at least you can follow some of these, you know, sentences that are the same until obviously they're memorized and then they just roll off the tongue, right?
Yeah.
Because it is a lot of good information. It's just I can't retain everything.
Yeah, you're not supposed to, because what
Right.
happens is over time, it's not about remembering, it's about being comfortable and then using the dialogue that you can recall on, you know, because it comes second nature. It's just like talking, you know, talking,
Exactly.
talking, okay?
But I think it comes
You get
with
it.
confidence, right? And just knowing what you're saying, you
Mhm.
know.
Yeah, it's
And
part of it.
it's like I said, it's not memorizing, but it's knowing the business, believing in the business, and then you'll be
Yeah.
able to explain how, you know, how EXP is the solution to a lot of different things, you know. And it's
Yeah.
just knowing what is the solution, because sometimes I'm like, okay, when they ask me stuff about technology, I'm like, I know they have SkySlope, but I know that there's better ways of verbally to explain these things without saying, well, we have SkySlope and we have this, like you said, we have a transaction management you know.
Mhm.
And like, I didn't know that word. To me, I just say it's SkySlope. I don't even know how to explain it. I just say it's like a filing cabinet.
Yeah.
I know that there's different ways to say what, you know, that come off more professional, and it just sounds better.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why these calls are very important.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not easy to make time for these, and I know we probably have other things that we probably could do, but I'm telling you, there's no better return on your time than learning what to say to other agents who you want to partner with.
Mm-hmm.
And then once we get over that fear and that hump, it just gets so much easier. It becomes just like a walk in the park.
Yeah.
Yeah, like nowadays, I just joke around with agents. Like any agent that calls me on one of my listings or have a transaction with,
Yeah.
I joke around with them. I just play around with them, and then then I throw something in there that's semi-serious, and then
Mm-hmm.
I check their tone, and I'm like, okay, how did they perceive that? Is there anything there? Maybe I can dig a little bit more. I keep
What's the
planting
joke?
seeds.
What's the joke?
Oh, for instance, like let me just tell you, the guy yesterday, he has an offer on one of my properties, and then now he has another offer on another one of my properties, and he calls me. He's like, so I'm like, oh, this guy's a hustler. He's moving. So he calls me and he's like, so just following up on that offer that we sent you, wanted to know if you guys are going to accept it. I said,
Mhm.
you know what? I haven't even got a chance to talk to my partner on it yet. Let me give him a quick call and I'll call you right back. So then when I call him back, I was like, okay, my partner said we'll accept the offer on one condition. He's like, what? You sit down with me, you listen about EXP. He starts laughing. He's like, oh, man, trying to recruit me? I'm like, yeah, man, of course, bro. Let's talk about it. Tell me more about what you got going on. You know, he tells me, he's like, bro, you don't know this, you know, but like, I look up to you and I see things you're doing. I don't think you're getting everything you need. He's like, well, you know, I'm really close to this guy. I'm helping him build his company. I was like, well, even better. Let's talk to him. Maybe we could bring the entire company over and I'll show you guys why I moved my company. So he's like, okay, you know, we'll talk about it. So, you know, everything has to be an opportunity. If you don't try, you're not going to get.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, you know, if I didn't have the confidence, I would have never said that to him. I would never be like, oh, you know, one condition, you listen to me about EXP. You know, it's just like, I know that I'm at the best place. I can say that because I know I can stand behind it. Yeah, so you guys will get there too. Now let's give, is Harry busy on a call? He did so good yesterday.
Yeah, no, he's not here.
I'm very proud. I'm like a proud dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like a proud dad. He did so good yesterday on that call yesterday with us. He did good.
Yeah.
So okay, let's give Brent another run through. We're
Okay.
almost at the top of the hour. Let me see.
Yep. So
What do we
let's
got?
do
Yeah, we got 8 minutes
one
left.
more, Brett.
Why don't we get Brent? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes,
Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you, Louis.
Hello, hello.
I can hear you, Louis. Can you hear me?
Little bit.
Am I breaking up?
I'm back now.
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me or am I still breaking up?
No, you're fine. How about me? Am I okay?
Yeah, you're okay now.
Okay. Yeah, so why don't we give Brent one more chance to go for it? Liz, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah. Okay. Now give him a slight harder time. Maybe a little bit more. Give him a little more oomph, and see how Brent responds to it. Okay.
Okay.
Let's make it count. Okay, go for it. Go for it, Brent. Give her a call.
Ring, 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 ring.
Hi, good morning. This is Liz.
Hey, Liz, Brent Haggerty with EXP. How are you today?
Hey, how are you? I'm really, really busy. Can you let me know what you're calling for?
Hey, I am just absolutely awestruck. I was following you and saw your latest post on Instagram and how you just hit 57 homes for this year. That's awesome. I
Oh,
need to sit at your feet and learn from you. It's
thank you.
great.
Thank you.
So yeah, I'm calling because so when I look at your numbers, I'm thinking, man, I wonder if she realizes the EXP model, and I wonder if her company is giving to her what EXP is given to a person of her caliber.
Hey,
So
bro, calls from EXP agents all the time trying to recruit me. Is that what you're trying to do?
well, you know what? What I'm trying to do is help you, Liz. So I believe that if I'm leaving or if you're leaving $1,000 on the table that you because you didn't know something, and if I could help you get that $1,000 in your pocket, I would be a good Samaritan and you would be a happier realtor. So would you agree with that? If you were making more money doing exactly what you're doing, would you like that?
Yeah, I mean, I think I do pretty well with the brokerage that I'm at. I've been with them for several years, and I think I have a really good deal with them.
So let me ask you, can I just ask you 2 or 3 questions along
Sure.
that line? What's your number one goal in this company that you're with?
My number one goal is to be, a top producer in my town.
Okay. And why is it important to you to have a goal that you're the number one producer in your town?
I just like to be number one.
All right. So how does it make you feel when the reality is, hey, you're not number one. In fact, you're number 5 not only in your town, but in your company. How does that make you feel when you don't reach your goal?
Yeah, I wouldn't be happy.
Yeah. Well, now getting back to the broker issue. What's your broker doing to help you reach your goal to be the best, highest producing realtor in your town, Liz?
Well, I've been there with them for several years. I don't think they're really, I don't lean on them as much. I kind of lean on my my sphere and my referrals.
But they lean on you a little bit, right? Because they're taking your money. Every time you work hard, they take some of the money that you earn, right?
Mm-hmm.
So so really, I'll get back to the question because I appreciate you taking my call. Liz, I like helping people, and I was in ministry for over 30 years, and I still like to help people. My reason for calling, when I saw your numbers at 58 sales this year, I just want to offer you something that when you look at 9 minutes of video, you may discover that, you know what? If I were with EXP, I would be getting more than what my broker's giving me now. And I would feel good about helping you to discover something that you didn't know. So that is my reason for calling. I'm not so much calling to recruit you, Liz, is to say, hey, could I help you by adding to you another $30,000 to $50,000 onto what you made last year by doing nothing more than what you already did?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I get calls from EXP and it just sounds like a scam. I don't know how that's possible.
Well, you know what? I didn't either. And I asked every question I could, and I'm still asking questions, but here's what I'd like to do. how about we sit down and watch the 9-minute video? If you got time, we can do it now. And then you tell me what I'm missing, because if I'm being scammed, I want out of EXP. If I'm not being scammed, you may want into EXP. So how about for 9 minutes, we both invest in our own future, and you tell me if I'm in a blind spot. And if you have a revelation, we can go further, and I can sit down with you with a guy who knows a whole lot more about the numbers than I can explain to you. But would you be interested in watching this video with me right now?
Sure. Well, I'm kind of busy right now. Like I said, right now is really not a good time.
How about this? How about if I send you the link, you watch it in the next day or two? Do you think you can watch it in the next 24 hours?
Yeah, I can watch it. Probably watch it tonight.
All right. How about then, would you be open to watching it in the next 24?
Mhm.
And if I call you back tomorrow about the same time, would that work? And you can tell me if I'm missing something.
Yeah, sure, you could do that.
Because if I'm being scammed, Liz, I really would appreciate if you tell me how, because I'll be out in a heartbeat. But if I'm not being scammed, I would love to help you in the process.
Okay.
I'll send you the link right now. I'll give you a call tomorrow, and we'll see how it goes.
Okay, sounds good.
Thanks, Liz. Have a
Okay.
great day.
Bye, you too.
Bye-bye.
What did you think, Liz?
I thought it was okay.
Say again. You
I was-
did, you did okay?
It was okay. I think,
Okay.
you know, it a little bit, it warmed me up a little bit, you know. I still think of maybe too much talking, and if it just got a little bit straighter to the point with the questions that kind of make me question what I'm saying.
Yeah. Mhm.
But it wasn't, it
Okay.
was not, you know.
Yeah. You weren't terrible at all. Brent, you're better than majority of people who would ever attempt this. But what I feel you're still lacking is you're lacking a little bit of confidence, and you're not controlling the conversation. You think you're controlling the conversation, but you're not, because when it comes down to the important things, you're giving her all the power. So when you say, you know, when can you watch the video? You know, do you have time today, tomorrow? You're giving her way too many options, and she's going to take the easiest way out, which is get this weirdo off the phone. Right. So you got to sound a little bit more like there's urgency. You know, there's a fire, and you need to come with me if you want to live. Like, there needs to be urgency. So that way she could be like, you know what? Okay, that's my way out. Let me just watch this damn video with you so I can get you out of my life. Right. And then when she watches the video, she might have a different question. And her question might be an opener for you to invite her to the next event, and the next event, and the next event. So what I'd like for you to do is ask the questions like you've been doing. Give her quicker responses without elaborating so much. Keep asking the questions, let her talk more. And then when it comes time to watching the video, don't give her a million options. Just give her, hey, are you in front of a computer? Good. I'd love to show you this video with you. And because, you know what, I tend to talk a little bit too much. Let's watch this video together. You kind of get a summary of what you need to know. And if there's some value there for you, I'll answer the questions. If I can't answer it, then, you know, I'd love to invite you to a second meeting with my business partner. All right. So something like that would be, I think, a little bit better for you, Brent. And it would make you sound, you'd go from a 6 to an 8 at least, you know, just changing those two things.
Okay.
What do you think, Liz?
Yeah, no, it's not bad. It's like it's good, but I think if, like you said, if you just ask a question and then have the rebuttal, but like a quicker rebuttal, with, you know, not elaborating so much. But it's still pretty good. I mean, you're doing better than what I was doing.
Yeah, no, it's
Good
not.
job.
It's not bad.
You're doing really
Nowhere near
great
bad.
though, overall. And I
The
think
fact
it's
that
just
you're
like,
here,
yeah, for sure.
you're going to be great. But remember, all this is constructive criticism. Is not to take any blows down, not for you to get nervous, and you'll just improve. Every time you'll get better. Every time you get better. Listen to yourself. Listen to yourself on the video. Go to the YouTube channel. Listen to yourself.
Yeah.
Because when we hear ourselves, we're like, oh my God, I can't believe I said that. I'll never say that again. I sound like that. Okay, well, I got to change that about myself. I say too many times, like, so
Yeah.
yeah, those are the things you guys are going to start to pick up on those videos.
Great.
Cool. All right. Anything you guys want to add before we call the meeting?
No.
It was helpful to me. It was helpful to me. Liz, thanks for
Yeah.
time.
Thank you too. Thank you for joining today.
That was
Yeah,
great.
thank you both. Yeah, and tell Harry I said good luck today on his calls, okay?
Got it. All right. Thank you so much.
No
You
problem,
gonna
guys.
do
Take
that
care.
tomorrow, Louis?
Yeah, every day. I think we're gonna do it Tuesday through Friday. Saturdays, I think we should just start making calls because from what I hear from other attractors, that Saturdays between 9 to 11 is golden. So we're probably just gonna go right to calls on Saturdays.
Right
Okay.
to the real.
Yeah, well, once you start making calls, Brent, I think we should just go right to calls, and I'll get you some data, Brent, on agents in Sarasota area, Bradenton area, for you to reach out to. Okay.
Okay. All right.
All right. Cool, guys. Take care.
Hey, thanks a lot, guys. I
All
appreciate
right. Bye.
it.
Bye.
Have a great day, Liz.
You too. See ya.
Bye-bye.